Hello guys, Vulcan here, and in today's video we are gonna be making a guide about commander skills to help you better improve your gameplay. First, we are gonna check all the commander skills to see which ones are useful and which ones are not, because since 6.0 came out we only have 9 slots and we have to prioritize. Right now we have 34 skills, and from those only half or less than a half are practical to have in your tanks. With all that being said, the first skill we have is Quick Learner, which is only useful for new players to help grind the commanders. Then we have Born Leader, which is a mandatory skill to have in pretty much all your tanks. Then we have Last Stand, which in my opinion is a useless skill, since it only works under 10% HP. So let's take Mouse for example. This skill only would work under 300 HP, which would be pretty much a one-shot for every tier 8, tier 9 and tier 10. And that's why I think it's useless, since it's very situational and there are a lot of more important skills to have in heavy tanks. If we had unlimited slots like we used to have pre 6.0, it would be different, but this is a point we will be coming back with some other skills, since they can be useful, but only having 9 slots we have to prioritize those skills that can be used in a lot of situations, not just in a particular one. Rapid loading is a must-have in all your tanks. Adrenaline rush is the same case as Last Stand, so I'm not gonna go over that again. You shouldn't use this one either. Iron Mace is absolutely useless. Deadeye could be used if we had unlimited slots, but it's not a skill you should prioritize. Gunsmith is utterly useless. Rapid Aim can be used in slow moving tanks, but I don't think you should use this one since there are more important skills. Steady Aim is a very important skill to have in all your tanks. Snapshot and Run and Gun are very good ones. Personally, I use them in every light tank, medium and heavy tanks. Clutch Braking is useless. Rollover Recovery is also useless. Off-road driving the same. Trick driving is garbage. Silent driving is good for TDs and mediums. Camouflage expertise is a must-have for light tanks and TDs, and even some mediums. Muffled shot can be used by TDs and even light tanks. Same with Green Thumb. Sixth Sense is the most important skill in the game, and you should have it in all your tanks. Situational awareness can be used for pretty much everyone except Arty. Comms Technician is useless. Market Target is useless. Don't even get me started on this supply conservation. Firefighting and fire prevention can be good if your tanks get set on fire a lot. From those two, I think the best one is fire prevention, since it gives you 33% of not getting set on fire against only a 10% fire extinguishing speed. The same case with safe stowage. You should use this one if your tank gets ammo racked a lot. Like for example, I have it on my Super Conqueror commander, since it's a tank that gets ammo racked a lot. Armor angling is useless, since it only gives you a 5% decrease in damage. So for example, from a 400 damage shot, it would only be 20 HP. And if we take Mouse again as an example, it would only be 150 damage in total. Controlled impact is useless. Pain tolerance is can be good, but I think it's not a skill you should prioritize. General Mechanic is not very useful unless combined with Track Mechanic to help repair your tracks even faster. If you use big repair kits, as you should, General Mechanic becomes pretty much irrelevant. And the same case goes for Wheel Mechanic, which if you have big kit, you shouldn't use this skill either, since you can use your repair kit multiple times, so this skill becomes also irrelevant. So with all that being said, let's go over the skills in order of priority. First, we have what I like to call standard skills, since you should use them in every tank, no matter class or tier. The first skill and the most important one is Sixth Sense, since it allows you to know when you are spotted, which is a vital part of information. I know that a lot of new players play without Sixth Sense or even without a commander, but as I said, knowing when you are spotted is a vital part of the mechanics of the game. After 6 cents, the next skill should be Born Leader, since it gives you a 10% improvement on all your crew performance and skill effectiveness, which means that you will get 10% more camouflage, reload, aiming time, etc. Rapid loading gives you a 10% more reload speed and should be your third option. In case you are grinding the commander XP, I recommend you to put Quick Learner here, since it's gonna help you to get more XP for the commander. The fourth skill you should use is Steady Aim with a 10% improve on accuracy. Apart from these four, I like to have Run and Gun and Snapshot to be able to aim faster and shoot on the move, and without aim being broken as it is, these two skills should be really important. As you will see later, I like to run these two skills in pretty much every tank, but that's just a personal opinion and the way I play the game. So I'm not gonna include them on what I like to call standard skills, because I know some people do not use them in every tank, so I will just put them like in the middle between the standard skills and the utility skills. Which takes me to my next point. We are gonna move to what I call utility skills. These are the skills that are going to be different for each class. In the case of light tanks, it becomes a bit tricky. So depending on the tank and its gameplay, you will take one set of skills or another. For example, if you play a more passive spotter, I would use situational awareness, camouflage expertise, and green thumb. But if you play a more active spotter, I would pick situational awareness, camouflage expertise, and muffled shot. Again, I want to reiterate that you can switch Run and Gun and Snapshot for more camouflage skills, like muffled shot for example. And as I said before, I really like those two skills, so that's what I normally use on light tanks. In the case of medium tanks, it also depends on the kind of medium you're playing. If it's a more sniper medium like the Leopard, you should have camouflage expertise, situational awareness, and silent driving, or even muffled shot. You can also use track mechanics instead of one of the last two if you want. If you have a more brawly medium, like for example the Chisel, I would run situational awareness, track mechanic, and camouflage. So now moving on to the heavies, I think you need to have both Reapers, since you are gonna be fighting a lot and subsequently getting track. So having both Reaper is really important. And the last spot should be used for either fire prevention or safe stowage, depending on the tank you are playing. And if your tank doesn't set on fire a lot or ammo racked a lot, situational awareness could be also useful. With non-turreted TDs, you should use the 4 standard skills, but not Run and Gun and Snapshot, since you won't get anything out of them. And after those 4, I'd go with full camouflage skills, like camouflage expertise, green thumb, muffled shot, and silent driving. The last skill, I think it should be situational awareness, because you have a lot of camouflage, and having more vision can be also useful. With turreted TDs, Run and Gun and Snapshot can become useful, but it depends on your own gameplay. For example, I use them on the E4 since it's more of a heavy gameplay, but for example with FV4005 I think I would go just with camo skills, and for RT I'd go with full camouflage skills, pretty much the same as with the TDs. So with all that being said, if you have any questions, leave it in a comment below and we will try to answer it. And also, this is the first of several guides we will be making about the game, so make sure you subscribe to know when we are uploading new videos. And that's all for me. I hope you liked the video, and see you on the next one.